because you don't want to see the pink wallpaper behind me. You don't want to see it. So that's why I have the backdrop behind me. This is just literally like pink wallpaper. Yeah.
Right. Here we go. So 2020. Oh, another Republican just voted yes.
Oh, good, Crystal. I'm glad. So Minnesota extended 13 weeks of unemployment because it's still locked down. Thank you for letting people know. If anyone else has any sort of information on unemployment in your state, then type it into the chat to let people know. Now I have to see the wallpaper. You're never going to see it.
We are still in California, but not LA County.
Yeah, we are no longer in LA County. Now I have to see the wallpaper. You're never going to see it.
I see the vote. I'm going live. I'll send you a link. I gotta go. I see the vote. I'm going live. I'll send you a link. I gotta go.
Yeah, I agree with you, Stacey. Wow.
Yeah, Republicans don't vote. They just don't vote. Yeah, new place is great. Thanks everybody for asking.
This is crazy. Who are these people? No, seriously, like the one representative who stood up on behalf of voting no.
On this vote, the yeas are 275, the nays are 134, two-thirds being in the affirmative. The rules are suspended. The bill is passed, and without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid on the table. Pursuant to Clause 8 of Rule 20, the unfinished business is the question whether the House, on reconsideration, will pass the bill H.R. 6395, the objections of the President to the contrary notwithstanding. In accord with the Constitution, the yeas and nays are ordered. Members are to record their vote by electronic device.
without witness saw the House pass under suspension of the rules by a 2/3 majority that $2,000 stimulus to be added to the stimulus amount that would now go to the Senate, who may or may not choose to debate and take up that proposal. The House now voting on this bill that would override the president's veto of this year's defense authorization bill, that bill setting programs and policy for 2021. Again, this would need 2/3 of the members voting in favor to pass before it heads to the Senate for their consideration. Live coverage of the House tonight here on C-SPAN.
Purposes of the gentleman from New York seek recognition.
Madam Speaker, is the member designated by Mr. Gianforte of Montana pursuant to H.Res. 965. I inform the House that Mr. Gianforte will vote yes on H.R. 9051.
For the gentleman from New York rise.
As a member designated by Ms. Sanchez, pursuant to House Res. 965, I inform the House that Ms. Sanchez will vote yes on H.R. 9051. As a member designated by Ms. Sanchez.
Okay, guys, what you just seen there was the actual motion for a standalone stimulus bill to actually move forward in the actual House, passed by a 2/3 majority. Now, what I do agree with, that things for the American people should always be a standalone bill, should always be a standalone bill. So that way you can see these politicians do their up and down thing on things that are strictly for the people by itself. It shouldn't be wrapped in with other things for other people. There's no way in the world anybody with sense would vote against that. And that bill not passed, they probably would have lost both of those 2 Senate races in Georgia. As you can see, all over YouTube, there was nobody trolling or any of that other stuff. You go to all these other spaces, those people want their money just like everybody else, and everything should be separate by itself. There's no reason to be wrapping this stuff up in other types of bills and all that type of other stuff. Because at the end of the day, it's the people's money. And if these people actually represent the people, then they should have no problem voting on a standalone bill, up or down vote. Now, this actually goes to the Senate that is controlled by Mitch McConnell. And we're going to see if they actually are going to have the 2/3 majority over there vote in favor of the bill that passed into the House. Most of these people in this space who call themselves political provocateurs, they didn't cover this type of stuff for a reason. The reason why they don't cover it, because they don't care. So this now goes to the actual Senate. Mitch McConnell and his people votes on it. Nobody knows when this is actually going to go to the Senate, but this is how this stuff works. What's going on, Keith? So I want to thank everybody for coming through. On Man of Tomorrow, whenever there are other things that are happening in the House and the Senate that is of note, I will be going live and showing those actual things myself. I want to thank you guys for coming through, and you guys have a really nice day. Peace.